right, boys and girls. At this point, you should have opened up your word workbook to page 42. You should have just listened to the story about Oswald and his wish. And you're going to answer these 5 questions here. We will do number 1 together, of course, and then you will finish the last 4 on your own. You should be reading the sentences on your own. If you're having trouble with maybe 1 or 2 words, you ask mom or dad, maybe big brother, big sister. But at this point in the year, you should be able to read, you should be able to read almost all of the words completely on your own. It may be a little slow, and that's just fine, but you should be able to sound out and read the words on this page on your own. Let's look at number 1. Number 1 says, so we're going to be talking about all these different things that they said in the story, which are called figurative language. It's a big fancy word, and all that it means is that they're using different things to describe the way that they want it to sound, to help it sound a little bit better. Sometimes it's tricky to understand what they mean, so we want to make sure that we know what that meaning is. So on number one sentence says, I could eat a whale. And I talked about that one in the story. Sal says that he could eat a whale. So does that mean that he is 1, I am very hungry, or 2, that whales are yummy? I hope you said that it's number 1, I am very hungry. When he said I could eat a whale, he just means that he's very hungry and would like to eat a lot of food. And whales are big, so that's something that they've said. It's sort of a funny way to say something. The last 5 are different sayings that we talked about. I explained them as we went through the story, so I hope that you were paying attention. Do your best. Try to read it on your own. Maybe you have a word or 2 that you need help to sound out. That's fine. You could ask mom or dad, but this should be a page you do on your own. So we are going to finish with this page. And now I want you to turn to page 45. Okay. Page 45. What we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the very top here. And remember, if you were watching this yesterday, I talked about some lines. And I said when we were tracing the lines, I said, you want to make sure you're tracing one of the lines very, very straight. It looks like it's straight like a subtraction mark, right? The minus sign. So we want to make sure that line is staying straight. The other one is a little curvy one that's almost like a small smile. Hopefully yours looks a little bit neater than mine does. A small smile. Now, the first vowel in the words could be short or it could be long. When you see a single vowel in a word and you're not sure what sound that it stands for, you should try saying the short sound for the vowel as you blend for the word. And if the word doesn't sound right, as it doesn't sound like a word that you know, then you should try the long sound for the vowel instead. So let's look at the very first word here. So we're at number 1. And we're going to try reading the word using the short A sound, ah. So now I'm going to sound out, backen. Backen. Is backen a real word? No. So now I'm going to try it again. Bacon. Bacon. Is bacon a real word? Yes. So now you're going to draw the long vowel mark. So remember, this side is the long vowel side. We're going to draw that straight line right across the vowel, the letter A. Now, I want you to find a picture of some bacon and draw a line to the picture. Just like that. Now, let's look at number 2. Excuse me. Here we go. I'm going to try with the short vowel sound first. Basket. Basket. Is basket a word that you know? I hope so. Let's try it with a long A sound. Basket. Is basket a word? No. So if I've tried the first one and I know that it works, I don't have to continue on. I can just keep going and knowing that basket is the correct way to say it. Now, the way that I want to mark that is this time I'm going to make the little smiley part, okay? Try to write it small. I know it's a little on your paper. The little smiley part. That reminds me that this is a short vowel sound saying ah. And then I'm going to draw a line from number 2 word to the basket. And here's a nice picnic basket. Now, we're going to try this way of doing things. And this is called the try short, try long strategy, or the try short, try long way. So I want you to read the rest of the words to yourself. Remember, if you aren't sure if the pink vowel is short or long, try saying the short vowel sound first. If the word you say doesn't sound like a word, then you know you need to read it again and you try the long vowel sound. The long vowel sound is when the letter says its name. Once you know what the word is, you should draw the correct mark above the vowel. So that means either drawing the straight line, the long line for long vowel sounds, or the little curved smile for a short sound. After you've done that, you should draw a line from the word to the picture that it names. If you have trouble marking your vowels, you can always come back up here to the top of my video. Let me mark here. This one is short, and that one is long, okay? And I'm going to pause it right there, or I'm going to freeze it right there. You can pause your story right there. That way you can see the whole page if you need to help you remember which ones. And you're going to continue all the way through number 12 on your own. And this is the end of our word work for today.